Hey, Izzy at Gemini, and today we're doing some sewing basics. So let's get started. All right, so we have two articles of clothing that we're tackling today, and these are basic alterations that everyone should learn how to do at the very first when you're first learning how to sew, because this can help with so many things. When you're thrifting, you can alter it to your size. So for one of them, it's going to be a pair of overalls that are way too long for me. And we're also doing a jacket that's I want to make into a cropped length so it fits me a little bit better proportion wise. Um, and we are back inside also because it is too cold to be outside doing some woodworking. Currently, it is 19 degrees Fahrenheit and it feels like 10 degrees, it says on my app. So, no, we're not about to be outside. So, and what better time to do this tutorial because for Christmas, I got myself a little gift. Yeah, let me go get that. We have the Singer 4411 heavy duty sewing machine. So my previous machine was the Singer Brilliance, was one of the most basic models of sewing machines that you can get, which great, it worked fine, but I couldn't really do more heavier items like denim or anything like that, or thicker materials had a really hard time getting through. So I really wanted a heavy duty machine, and this is a nice beginner machine that is able to take over like more heavier and thicker materials than say my previous machine. Plus I've had that machine since college, like maybe like over 12 years old now, I think. So yeah, it was time for an upgrade and I'm really excited because I finally got this on sale because the original price is $269, which like that's pretty average for a sewing machine of this level. I got it during the holidays and it was on sale at Joann's for $150. So I could not pass up the sale. I was just like, I'm gonna get one. I also got one for my mom too. So yes, so I'm really excited to use this and I figured we could unbox it together. Yeah, boy. We got our manual and a free beginner's machine class. Ooh. Oh my god, what did I drop? She heavy. Okay, there we go. Wow! Shiny new sewing machine. We got some weight to her, which is great because then it's not like shaking so much. One of the previous things that kind of annoyed me with my last sewing machine was when you're going like really fast and it was a super light machine, it would just shake and rattle the entire table. So this should be a little bit more solid. Singer has a couple of different like heavy duty lines. This one's the most basic ones. It's 4411, which means it has 11 different stitches. I don't use a lot of decorative stitches, so I'm not really worried about having more stitching. I mainly use the straight and the zigzag are the two big ones that I use most of the time anyways. Oh, it comes with a needle. That's fantastic. Another thing that I do like that's different from my old machine is that it has like the horizontal spool to put the thread this way. So it's a little bit less tension than having it vertical. So I do really like that as well. Another feature I do like that's different from my old one is that it has a clear bobbin viewer. So my previous one, you couldn't see the bobbin. So like if you run out of bottom thread, you could just be sewing forever and not realize you're out of bobbin thread. So all of that sewing you did was for nothing. That is one of the most like frustrating things about sewing. One of the many frustrating things about sewing, but like at least I get to see how low we are or if we're running out. That is fantastic. So that's great news. The accessories has a little compartment here that you can put in, which is nice. And then you can also remove this whole thing so that you can sew sleeves and things like that. So that's cool. I like even though this is plastic, it feels pretty sturdy and well constructed. And I do like the way this drawer comes out because my previous one also, you would just take the accessory drawers out and the pocket would be on the inside, but it was hard to like just pick things out of what you need. So having it top loaded is really nice. I'm not sponsored. I'm just really excited to use this new sewing machine and I thought I'd share it together with you. I'm still a very beginner sewer, so I'm trying to learn how to be better this year. I've said in my previous video that I wanted to learn how to use a pattern for the first time. Not gonna lie, they really intimidate me because there's just so many markings and stuff on it, and I'm just winging it. Like, I learned how to sew very young when I was little with my aunt and my mom. We made scrunchies when I was little. That was my very first YouTube video, was me explaining how I used to make scrunchies with my aunt when I was really little. And then now I'm just winging things as we go, you know? So let's go through some other accessories that it comes with. It comes with a dust bag, which is great. I didn't know it came with one, so that's awesome. Although it's very, very thin, so I might make a sturdier one. So here is our foot pedal. Pretty standard. It feels like a standard foot pedal, nothing special about it. It comes with a variety of things. It comes with, give you 3 starter needles, great. We'll see if I break one today. The spool end holder to put at the end of the spool holder thing, a button hole maker, the duster and seam ripper. Don't really love these, even though these are part of compact. They're not very ergonomical because sometimes they hurt. Like, they make your fingers sore after a while. So, but it is something. We have some starter bobbins. We have some tools. One thing I do wish this machine had was a threader. A threader guide to do this for me. I've gotten pretty good at putting the thread through the needle of the eye, but it's just a nice optional thing to have. Other than that, I think this will meet my needs. But yeah, nice little upgrade. I like it. Thread here, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. Wow, guys. Wow. Okay, first of all, first thoughts is that, wow, it does feel so much different than my like really beginner machine. It definitely feels more sturdy. There's no shaking, but let's try out a little bit faster and see. So it definitely shakes a little bit, but it's okay. I kind of expected that to go that fast. I think we're ready for the real thing, you guys. Yes. All right. Now that we've toured our machine, now let's get started with our first project, which is shortening the pant legs of my overalls. Like I said before, we're doing some basic alterations to 2 items I've been procrastinating on. Both are going to be pieces I intend to wear while I'm woodworking. So first up, we have these Dickies men's overalls. They are sturdy and have tons of pockets, which are really great. But your girl is a shorty, so these are way too long for me, and we need to take about 5 to 6 inches off the pant hem. But I do want to keep the original hem to the pant, so let's first measure where we want our new hem to be. Okay, so we have our pant already shortened to the length that I need. I am needing of 6 inches shorter than the original pant leg. We fold that over. I'm just going to make a crisp edge using our iron. This then, so we can see it on the outside when we unfold where this fold needs to be. You've seen me wear this in a couple other videos, and they're folded just like this when I'm wearing them. So like all this sawdust would be catching in here. So we're gonna fix that today. So I do also want to keep the original hem with this one. It would be easy just to like cut off and just sew the ends, but I want to keep the original hem and move it to our new length. So let's measure how long this hem is. It's around 7/8 of an inch. Let's just say 1 to keep it easier. And then we'll keep that in mind. And as you can see, there's our line that we ironed out. So we can see on this outside. So remember that 1 inch I said for the original hem. We are going to measure 1 inch from our line that we had ironed out. Just going to use some tailor's chalk. All right, our next step, now that we have our lines and then we have our crisp line here, but this is the line we're focusing on, we are going to fold our pant leg, and then basically the bottom of this hem is going to meet up exactly with this line that we just drew. So you see how this and this are matching up. We're going to match that up here all the way around. A full arm that we can use. And what I'm going to do, you can also use a zipper foot for this to go a little bit closer to the hem, but this allows, this machine also has positioning the needle to the right, center, and left, which is really nice. Right now it's in the center position, and then we move it to the left, center, and to the right. So I'm going to keep mine to the left and then sew along the hem here. Oh, like butter. That's crazy. My old machine could never. That's so crazy. Let's do the other pant leg. All right, we have our pant leg sewn on, so it's pretty tight on there, which is great. So now we're going to cut off our excess. So we are going to mark about 1 inch from our bottom hem here. Will do, not bad for going through 4 layers of denim. So after this, we have something like this, right? So since I don't have a serger, we're just gonna do a zigzag stitch all the way around just to close off this raw hem. Now I want to secure this raw hem inside. To keep the raw hem from folding back outside, we're just going to sew by hand these 2 corners here so that you don't see any of the thread from the outside. Now let's compare our before and after. Next is this thrifted LL Bean men's jacket that I got for $12. Whenever I thrift for workwear, I always look for vintage pieces from LL Bean or Orvis, Wrangler, Dickies, etc. They're usually really great quality and they're worn in but comfortable. This jacket is alright, but I want a cropped look and I think that will look a lot better on my size, so we're applying the same techniques from our overalls to this one. So all these steps are pretty much the same. Having the jacket right side up, we'll fold the bottom up to our desired length and iron. Opening it back up, we will use the crease line to draw a line 1 inch above where the old hem will fold to meet. Pin that down, then sew all the way through with a straight stitch. After, we'll cut off our excess, leaving about 1 inch, and then we'll go back to zigzag stitch to close off our raw hem. Now for this jacket, since it is a work jacket, I don't really care if the seam is shown through on the right side. I ended up just sewing a straight stitch to keep the raw hem from flipping back out. Cropping this jacket also meant losing 2 lower pockets, so I ended up sewing the remnants of those closed too. Alright, our second piece is done, so let's take a look at our before and after. I think this new length fits my frame so much better. What do you guys think? Thanks again for joining me on this Sewing Basics video. Hope this helps motivate you to do some basic alterations to your clothes that you may or may not be procrastinating on. Join us in 2 weeks and we'll be back outside doing some woodworking, which I'm super excited about. Maybe we'll wear one of these things or both of these things in my next video. Who knows? See you in the next one. Bye.